Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside young Scotty Blake making his triumphant return to the Auburn Blitz after an absence. The wedding, finally got the daughter married off.
I know, got the daughter.
But it seemed like everything kind of, as always, there's so many more complications that go along with it.
Life is full of curveballs.
Yeah.
God has a sense of humor, I think. He goes, you just think you're going to be busy the next week or two. Here, go stay in the hospital for 3 days. You know,
not good.
No,
yeah, never fun.
And
for
go do this and don't do this. You can't eat this. And a lot of fun. The good folks out there at our local Russell Hospital, they've seen enough of me the past 3 weeks.
They took good care of you.
They did.
You don't look any worse for the wear.
No, I lost 18 pounds, and I put about 7 back on, I think, but I probably could have used that, but not a good way to lose weight.
No, there's probably easier ways. But we welcome Scott back. Glad that he's feeling better, and will be with us on Fridays. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Love for you to be a part of the program. 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Get your prediction in. Auburn and Texas A&M already had some yesterday. Some very interesting ones, I thought. A lot of them. It seems like everybody feels like this game is going to be somewhere in the 20s. Going to be a tight game. Maybe anywhere from 3 to 7 points, 6 or 7 points. So, we'll see. But how do you feel about it? Love to know your thoughts. Get your calls in, your predictions. What are the keys to the game for you? As far as Auburn winning, what do they have to do? As far as what will get them beat, we'd love to hear those. We'll talk about some of the things Hugh Freeze had to say last night on Tiger Talk. We'll, of course, break down the game a little bit. And Jim and I talked about some matchups yesterday, which are in Auburn's favor, which are not. In our opinion, we may look at a few more of those if we have time today. And our good friend Jason Caldwell will join us about 12:40, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Appreciate you tuning us in, however that might be. Whether it be on your television, Spectrum cable dial, or you stream it, whatever that, YouTube, Facebook Live, we appreciate you so much, and thank you so much for being with us. Scott, you have been away for a while. Auburn is 3-0.
I know it. Maybe I hope I don't jinx them by coming back. But I was watching YouTube last night, and there's a podcast. It's through, I don't know if it's through AL.com, but it has Cole Kubelik on it and some young lady, I can't remember her name, and they were giving their predictions, and Cole says we lose 28-21. That's what he said last night.
Had a prediction yesterday. Auburn wins 28-21.
So that's the way he felt, and he's an Auburn guy, but he's talking, and behind him was all his Auburn jerseys and everything. So he was not being a homer; he was just being honest.
One of our frequent contributors, callers, Terry, doesn't like the matchup. Doesn't feel good about the game going out to for Auburn going out to Texas A&M. And look, Auburn's had one road game this year.
Right,
played awful. So I have turned the ball over 7 times in the last 2 games. Do you expect them to look all of a sudden miraculously different?
No.
So, now, could they clean those things up? Absolutely.
Well, A&M's defensive line, that's their strong point. Mm-hmm. And our offensive line may not be our strong point. So, there's some work to be done there, and we'll see.
That's a good segue because Hugh Freeze has talked, it seems like inordinately, about the talent level at Texas A&M.
Right.
He has made reference to that this week, and really even before this week, but he has made reference to that this week more so than I think I've ever heard a coach talk about it. And like I said, from this point up to this point, when Hugh Freeze says something, this is exactly what he means and exactly how he feels. So he is basically preparing Auburn fans to say, look, Our roster is right now on paper, and I hate to use this word, but I don't know a better one, inferior to our opponent on Saturday.
Well, I don't think he's telling a lie. I think he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
And so he just puts it out there, and it's not. Some people are like, "Well, he's making excuses already." No, he's just telling you like it is, and we'll see.
24/7 does an SEC talent. They actually do it for the entire country. They do a talent composite. Okay, so now this is an updated. This is 2023 updated. Mm-hmm. This is after all the transfers in and out of this past year. Texas A&M, and we talk about how good that class, that number one class was a couple of years ago, and we often like to say, well, a lot of those guys aren't there. Mm-hmm. That's true.
You're right.
However, as Mal Moore used to say, Texas A&M 10 5-star, 42 4-star players. Okay? Auburn, 0 5-star.
Right.
35 4-star. Now, that ranks Auburn 18th in the country. Texas A&M is ranked 4th in the country.
Right.
That's a big gap.
It's a huge gap.
Now, it's not as big a gap as 4 and 80.
Right.
But 4 and 18 is a huge gap because, to be perfectly honest, you got Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. That's the number 1, 2, 3. There's actually a significant gap between Ohio State and Texas A&M. But from 4 to, say, 12, that is there's a gap there for sure.
Well,
to be made up.
Maybe you've seen the movie Replacements. I've seen it 100 times. I love watching that movie. And Gene Hackman goes, the star player over there. What does whatever
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, whatever his character's name was.
Oh yeah.
What does he have that this prima donna starter has over there? He said, heart. So maybe we have bigger heart, So and maybe we have better coaches. So maybe that'll offset that tomorrow. So we'll see.
I don't know if you know this, but the game is not played on paper.
Yeah, exactly right.
They used to be a running joke with me and a couple of friends of mine, or an Alabama friend of mine. Mike Dubose used to. You can talk about old paper. So, well, they don't play the game on paper.
That's right.
So here's one of those kind of inside the numbers, or inside the roster, so to speak, on this one. So, as I mean, that's fact. Okay, 52 4- and 5-star guys for Texas A&M, 35 for Auburn. Mm-hmm. Gunnar Britton was a 2-star guy. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got a 2-star, 5th-year senior, Gunnar Britton, and you got over at Texas A&M, you get true freshman starting on the offensive line.
Right.
He's maybe a 5-star. So who are you taking? A true freshman 5-star or a 5th-year senior transfer from Western Kentucky, Gunnar Britton?
You would think experience and just experience would win out on that, but 5-star versus 2-star. I mean, that's a lot of gap in talent right there. But then again, you can't measure hard either. So we'll see.
Also, I'm saying, that's one play. That's one player. Yeah. But when you go down and you look through the stats, Auburn's getting a Marcus Harris. Marcus Harris is one of those 3-star guys. Not going to be included in that upper echelon. You trading him for somebody right now? I mean, so I'm just saying, overall, those numbers absolutely matter, and they really do tell the story. But some of these individuals, when you look into it, Gunnar Britton, he's not even, we don't even count 2-stars. 2-star's not even on the leisure. It's just 5, 4, and 3. So you got a guy like that, and Auburn's got several guys like that. They got a Marcus Harris like that. Jarquez Hunter was a 3-star.
Right.
You got a lot of 3-stars that are doing a lot and being very, very productive for this Auburn
Well, I would think that the coaching staff at Auburn, I would think they would have that on poster somewhere going, they have this, and they say, y'all are this.
Right.
Or y'all, we're better than them. We just, we've got to be better than them. And they're saying you're not, but let's just play better. So no turnovers, we win.
That's a big one too.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. That has been the biggest detriment to this Auburn offense is the turnovers. There's no question about it.
We got some comments. You want to?
Yeah, let's roll through them.
Steve Stevens, he predicts A&M 24, Auburn 17. AU quarterbacks unreliable, too many turnovers. We just talked about that. AU receivers underperforming. I think we got a number.
Rivaldo Fairweather?
Yeah. I don't think he's underperforming, is he?
No, not after not being targeted for a game and a half. He has come on and played extremely well.
And then he also says Petrino has improved A&M offense, but I don't know. I don't know about all that. And of course, Patrick Judkins just he responded thumbs down to that comment. And then we got somebody, Lyles Griffin, want us to discuss the injury list. Do you have update on that, or?
As far as I know, Cameron Stutz looked great in practice this week. He's fine. Jalen McLeod, I mean, he's not 100% yet, but he's going to play. Nimrod Pritchett's the one. From all indications, he practiced this week and looked fine. So he hadn't played it down yet this year, and that's a guy that Auburn really needs because with the not necessarily because the other guys, Kay and Lee, and playing really well, and DJ James, but now you've got Keontae Scott out at that nickel. So everybody's kind of got to slide down a notch, to kind of cover that. And so JD Rim, freshman's going to have to play.
So you think Cameron's going to play on the line? You think he's going to start to play this week?
Stutz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is his 6th year. He got COVID and redshirt. And
he's one of he's one of those guys, Scott, that was an afterthought. Never even a hint that he was going to play for nearly 4 years, for 3 years really, at his time at Auburn. Just thought he was going to be one of those guys that, hey, he got a free education, good for him, and we'd never hear from him again. And all of a sudden, as a senior, the light comes on. He's worked really hard, and now Hugh Freeze says he's the tone setter.
I saw him play in high school. He went to high school where my niece and nephew went up in Killen, Alabama.
Okay.
Brooks High School, and he was huge. In high school he stood out. He was a big boy, but yeah, if he stays healthy, he'll do well the rest of the year.
I think the line this week is Dylan Wade, Jeremiah Wright at left guard, of course Young at center, Stutz at right guard, and Britton at tackle. Too tall, probably not starting this week. That's just what I think. Up against a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling in to Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs discounted up to $9,500 off. The exciting 24 Chevrolet Equinox as low as $369 per month. The popular Chevy Traverse discounted up to $6,000 off.
Get your best price every day at Glenn Smith in Opelika, on the lot or online at glennsmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Thank you so much to all of our great sponsors as well. Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. They can beat the big box store. Central Alabama Community College. Great place to get a great education. Right here in Central Alabama, campuses in Alexander City, Prattville, Talladega, and Childersburg. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small. Commercial, residential, whatever it might be, they can help you out with whatever it is that you need. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, 334-531-0199. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors out there. They do a fantastic job, and we could not do the show without them. Hugh Freeze said the focus and approach to the grind and routine has to be consistent every week. We approach every week the same. Conference, out of conference, that's really a lie. But they tried. I have no doubt that they try to do that. But it's just different.
Human nature doesn't allow you to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, last week they were preparing for Sanford.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this week, totally different ball game.
He said last night the biggest thing as far as this game with Texas A&M is the guys you're going to line up against are bigger, faster, and stronger than what we've seen so far. Now, you notice he didn't say they're bigger, stronger, and faster than us. He just said they're bigger, stronger, and faster than what we have seen so far. Obviously, that is true.
Oh, for sure.
With the competition that Auburn has played. So, how will Auburn match up against Texas A&M? I don't know. Have you watched him play much this year?
I don't know, but Patrick Judkins just kind of commented on that. He said, this game confuses me because I don't know enough about either team to make an opinion. So who knows? It's hard to,
Well, if you watch Texas A&M and Miami, then you have to ask yourself, well, how good is Miami?
I haven't watched any of their games since then. So
Miami certainly wasn't great last year, but they made some much improvements to the roster. They moved the ball. They threw, I think, for 374 yards against Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen, and it's on film, that Texas A&M secondary can be had. They're giving up less than 100 yards rushing a game. So you talked about the defensive line. That's the strength. We understand it. That front seven, that's probably the matchup that we're, as Patrick said, confused. That's the confusing matchup. Auburn's offensive line versus Texas A&M's front seven. Who wins that battle consistently? Now, Auburn will win some battles, and Texas A&M will win some battles. Who wins more? That's the question.
Yeah, we're going to have to get the ball out quick. So they're not going to have the 1.8 seconds to get rid of it. It's going to be quick. It's going to have to be real.
Here's the good news, and I didn't realize it, but Texas A&M starting 2 true freshmen and a sophomore on the offensive line. So Auburn's defensive line versus Texas A&M's offensive line. Can Auburn get pressure without blitzing? You play an air raid team like Samford last week, you would have expected maybe to have a few more quarterback hurries, a few more sacks. That did not happen. So maybe that was, maybe we just were content to do what we were doing, but going to have to bring some pressure against Weigman for sure.
Petrino scares me. He's a bulldog. He's a gamer. During the game, he can coach. He's intense. Every time I've ever seen him, he's been intense. So he worries me, their offensive plan, for sure.
There's no question. There was an article today, and it for Auburn fans to ease. Of course, that's one of the kind of biggest things. If you're an Auburn fan, if you were alive back in that 2002, 3, 4 era, that was the whole plane ride to Louisville. But anyway, Bobby Petrino comes in 2002, and Bobby Petrino and Gene Chizik, replacing Noel Mazzoni and who was the defensive coach, John Lovett, in 2001. Tommy Tuberville, make some changes, and we kind of stumble a little bit, but find our way. About Jason Campbell becomes the permanent starter about halfway through 2002. Auburn goes on, beats Penn State in the bowl game. If you would have loved for Petrino to be around for a couple more years.
Right.
And Jason Campbell credits him with really changing the trajectory of his life, essentially.
He can coach.
There's no question.
No question he can coach.
We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial building. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. Only about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're going to go to the phone line and welcome in our good friend David Jones, who is on assignment in College Station. David, I want you to know that we took up a collection, and I believe we have the funds to get you a new decal.
Well, first of all, howdy. That's what they say here in College Station in Aggie Land. I really appreciate that. I hope that person enjoys my decal in New Orleans. But, man, glad to be here, boots on the ground. Andy, Scott, it is hot in Texas. And, of course, we know it's hot in Texas, but dadgum, the humidity is unbelievable. I think the high tomorrow is 98. So I really do think that conditioning and hydration is going to play a major part. I'm sure the coaching staff knows that and has been getting their body good and hydrated this week. But, you know, just from a fun standpoint, these are extremely nice people. I'm about to go to lunch with a guy that works at the 12-Man Foundation here. It's been very helpful to me about what to do, what to see, and where to park tomorrow and all those little things. So we're headed for that. But this is a pretty cool place. I mean, it's very similar to Auburn in the vibe. Everybody very friendly, and it's just been a blast so far.
Is the campus kind of contained like Auburn, or is it all spread out?
It's big. It's more of an urban kind of feel, like I said, I just visited the Presidential Library. It was absolutely phenomenal, just chill bumps. And but yeah, a little more urban feel. They got a huge student center that's right across from Kyle Field. SEC is going to be here game day, so they're setting that up as well. And I know you guys have been talking about football, the game this week. I really hadn't been able to tune in as much as I would have liked. But if I can chime in on my prediction, I think it's going to be close. Being a homer, I'm going to go Auburn 31, Texas A&M 30. Yeah, well, I believe we got to score that many points. Miami threw the ball all over the field. And they have some chinks in their armor in the secondary. So Peyton Thorne's going to have to take another step forward from a passing standpoint. We got to get a little running game going too. And our defense is going to have to continue to just play out of their minds. And we hope that Nehemiah Pritchett, some of these guys that have been hurt, get back out on the field tomorrow.
So you think, we talked about that yesterday, Jim and I did, the threshold. We say this, who knows if we're right or not, but you kind of go into every game kind of feeling like, okay, we got to score X amount of points to win this game. So you think that threshold is more like 30?
Yeah,
wow.
I do.
Okay.
There again, don't go to Vegas with me because you'll lose money. But that's just what I feel. Because their wide receivers are huge. They have an incredible core of wide receivers, and here we are thin at corner. That scares me. Yeah. And I just think we're going to have to score one more point than they do, and it's going to be high 20s, low 30s. And I don't know. Terry was talking yesterday about, if we can't beat Texas A&M here, as vulnerable as they kind of have been, next Saturday is going to be tough for sure. But it will be at home. That's what I feel. Just enjoying the heck out of this place. We go every year to an away game, and I really love this place. Everybody's just incredible. And I hope they're real hospitable tomorrow. I'll take about 4 turnovers.
Yeah, that would be nice for sure. Well, David, stay hydrated, and you know what's causing all the heat, right?
What's that?
Illegal immigration, of course.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
And I'm pretty close to that right now. Yeah. So, hey, guys, y'all have a great rest of the show. I'm going to enjoy the game tomorrow. We'll roll back into Lake Martin sometime Monday evening.
All right, be safe, David.
Safe travels.
Thanks. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. David Jones there in College Station, enjoying the time there, certainly. And, that would be always thought about and would like to get over there at some point and make that trip. It seems like from everyone that I've ever heard that went there talks about what a nice, pleasant trip it is. Not necessarily to get there, but the people and everybody involved in it. So,
right.
But anyway, okay. So I'll ask you the same thing. What you think that David's spot on there with the 30 mark, or do you think it's?
I think it's going to be lower
less.
than that. Yeah. I'm thinking more of a 21-17, something like that.
An old-fashioned type SEC matchup,
right.
huh?
Maybe he's right.
Maybe he's right.
I just hope we win. I don't care if it's 30s or 20s or teens. Just win.
Well, let's look at a few of these matchups before Jason Caldwell comes on with us. I mentioned that one earlier. Auburn's defensive line versus Texas A&M's offensive line. Texas A&M have not run the ball well this year. Only 130 yards a game. But they've thrown it, and that's probably by design because they've averaged 337 yards passing a game.
Right.
But like I said, the Texas A&M offensive line has been a little bit porous. They have given up some sacks. They've given up a lot of pressures, and Auburn has got to take advantage of that. We always say, can you get pressure? If you can get pressure with your down 4, then
everything else is great.
You can pretty much do anything you want on defense.
Right.
Now, if you can't do that, if you have to bring blitzes, that's fine. And Ron Roberts has shown a pretty good ability to do that. He'll bring linebackers. He'll bring corners, safeties, whatever.
You leave the back door open, though, on that.
You do. Every time you do that. Now,
Yeah.
how good is Auburn's secondary? Are they able to match up with Texas A&M's wide receivers and be able to survive in man coverage? To be perfectly honest, I think the secondary might be the strength of Auburn's defense, so maybe that's the matchup that we do want.
Maybe so.
We bring a Donovan Kaufman on a blitz, or we bring, whoever, a Larry Nixon or one of the Cam Riley on a blitz. A backside blitz, you get a fumble, you get a scoop and score. Those kind of things change the game. That's the difference between winning and losing.
That's right.
Play like that a lot of times.
That's right.
So Auburn's front seven against Texas A&M's running game. Can we make them one-dimensional? That's, we may still lose if they are one-dimensional. They may throw for 400 yards. But if you can do that, it at least gives you a better opportunity for sure.
Stop the run, you have a chance.
Auburn's secondary versus A&M's receivers. Watch that one all day. Ron Roberts versus Jimbo Fisher and Bobby Petrino. That's a ton of experience going against each other.
Right.
Who wins that battle? We'll see. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. Jason Caldwell from Auburn Undercover to join us right after this.
"76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community."
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Lay your best to rest. Call the best. Lewis Pest Control.
Lewis Pest Control is now serving Alexander City and the entire Lake Martin area. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. Whether it's residential, commercial, or industrial, Lewis has environmentally safe products for all your pest control needs. Lewis Pest Control.
Lay your best to rest. Call the best. Lewis Pest Control.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Area Realty specializes in Lake Martin real estate. They can help simplify your next real estate purchase or sell and have helped many home buyers and sellers through the area buy and sell real estate with precision. Lake Area Realty utilizes powerful marketing tools and knowledge of the lake to help you with your next move. Call your local hometown agency today. Lake Area Realty at 256-825-4800. That's 256-825-4800. Lake Area Realty, helping you find your way home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. Going to go to the phone line and welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell from Auburn Undercover. Jason, how you doing today?
I'm good, guys. How about y'all?
Doing really well. Auburn and Texas A&M, the first SEC game of the year. A lot of, we've been talking about this game all week. It seems like from the people that we talked to, out there all week and today, people really don't know, they don't know how to feel about this game quite yet. They feel like Auburn has got a great opportunity to go out there and win, but they don't really know how good Texas A&M is. They don't really know how good Auburn is. Is that about the way you feel?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect either. I expect Texas A&M to have a more talented roster, but that doesn't always mean everything. They had a more talented roster last year too, but they're much different Texas A&M team right now with Bobby Petrino calling plays. Connor Wegman kind of settled in as a starter. They're throwing the ball. They're stretching the field with a really good wide receiver group. Yeah, to me, I look. There's a couple of things I look at for this one. Can Auburn find a way to run the football, and do you have to throw it to kind of set up the run? But no matter what, you got to be able to be a little bit balanced. And then, if you're Auburn, can you get a pass rush without having to send 6 or 7 guys every time? Because if you do that, sooner or later, you're going to be put on an eye. These wide receivers are really good. So there's a couple things I look at other than the obvious. The obvious being, we've seen it already this year. This team just isn't good enough to overcome a bunch of mistakes. If you play like you did at Cal, you come home with a 17-3 touchdown loss. I mean, you can't have one of those games. And even a couple of turnovers last week. To go out and win on the road right now for this team, they got to play mistake-free football. Got to create some of those issues for Texas A&M, in my opinion.
We've been talking about matchups the last couple of days and how Auburn matches up. You mentioned Hugh Freeze has said this over and over again about the roster and what, that Texas A&M's roster and how it matches up with Auburn's roster. But when you look at it as far as position groups, where do you like Auburn's matchups the best, and where do you not like them the worst?
Yeah, I don't know that there's a glaring one. Because Texas A&M's offensive line is not great. That would be the one I look at. I think the one that's the biggest challenge for Auburn, and they got to win, is Auburn's offensive line against that Texas A&M defensive line.
Right.
That's the one. I don't know that there's a glaring, huge difference, because Auburn's secondary is the strength of this team, and the wide receiver group for Texas A&M is probably the strength of their team. So that's probably the one thing you look at. Texas A&M hasn't run it a bunch, and so you look at Auburn's linebacker group and that defensive line against the run, not as big of a deal. So, but I think A&M's defensive front, they don't allow a bunch of rushing yards. Can this offensive line go out and win that battle? And they didn't. Now a lot of it was by design. Last weekend they decided to throw it a little bit more, but they didn't have a ton of success running the ball last weekend with the running backs. To me, that's the one area that I look at going, if you're Auburn, you got to at least break even on that offensive line, defensive line battle Saturday.
Somebody chimed in on the thread about the injuries. We've been talking about that a little bit. Outside of Austin Keys and Keontae Scott being out, is anybody out that you know of?
Yeah, right now we probably won't have a definitive answer until about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, maybe even a little bit later than that. Most of the guys have practiced back this week. Obviously Cam Stutz is the guy we saw on Tuesday. We saw him out there. We've seen Luke Deal out there. We've seen those guys. I think Donovan Kaufman will be back. At least that's what it feels like to me, and that's obviously a big important with no Keontae Scott. Having Donovan Kaufman back, him and Eugene Asante maybe two of the most important guys on the field for Auburn Saturday because they've been the best pressure guys on this defense. So getting him back would be big. We've seen Nick Martiner. I think he should be back and closer to full speed in that wide receiver position. So, but I think Cam Stutz, Luke Deal may be the guys that we'll have to kind of get a better idea about on Saturday. My guess is they'll give it a go, but we'll see if that means 100%, close to 100%, or how much.
That could be big. I know that earlier this week it seemed like from reports that that offensive line was looking like Stutz at right guard and Jeremiah Wright at left guard and Gunnar Britton at right tackle. I think, to me, that if you're trying to establish the run, that's probably the best offensive line Auburn could put out there.
Yeah, I think if you got Stutz and Jeremiah Wright on the field at the same time, to me it feels like the group that might have the best ability to run the football. You're right, with Gunnar Britton to tackle, but Gunnar Britton's been a guy that's played really well for them and obviously been an important player so far. But yeah, I think that's the one group I look at on Saturday going, look, they got to find a way to get some push and get some movement out of that group, against a deep, physical defensive line group that Texas A&M.
Jason, you heading anywhere on this Friday night?
Just heading to College Station. That's it. On the road to the airport right now. Heading that way, and not going to get there in time. I thought about trying to get close enough to watch Cohen Eccles, he plays at Katy, Texas. The guy that's committed to Texas A&M has taken an official visit to Auburn already, but not going to make it in time to watch it tonight.
Well, Jason, be careful and be safe, and we appreciate so much everything you do.
Thanks, guys.
Right, safe travels.
Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz is on the way right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Homecoming here in Alexander City.
It is.
I always loved homecoming. Just one of those things. And just couldn't be more beautiful.
They had
right
a big
now.
pep rally last night. My wife sent me to get takeout last night and forgot that they were having the big pep rally downtown. And there were no parking places.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments.
Let's close things
All
out
right,
here.
so Ty Sanders says Jaquez Hunter will break out tomorrow. He'll run for over 150 yards, and Auburn will win 28-21. I like the way Ty thinks and the way he writes there. Jim Hardy, probably closer to being true. Magic number is 25. If Auburn defense gives up 25 or more, Auburn loses. So that's probably a good guess. That's probably a good number.
Yeah. Some other games going on in and around the country and the SEC. Quickly, we'll kind of go through these and see what we can come up with. Scott, Oregon State is undefeated. They're the 14th team in the country. At number 21, Washington State, they're 3-0 as well. The Beavers are a 3-point favorite on the road to the Cougs.
There you go.
Like?
You know,
this great Pac-12 match.
I don't really follow them that much, but I'm going to say since there's a Washington State flag on every game day on every Saturday morning, I'm going to go with them on this game.
Why not?
Yeah, they're at home. Yeah, they're playing.
And look, I mean, these are the only two teams that don't have a home, right?
Right.
I don't know what they're going to do in the future, but they're two people without a country here.
Right.
Mississippi State is at South Carolina. The Gamecocks 6-point favorites.
I don't see that.
Mississippi State, really?
You said the Gamecocks are a favorite.
Yeah, 6-point favorite over Mississippi State. Mississippi State got hammered by LSU. Now,
I know.
I don't know what that means. But.
I know, but Carolina, who knows? I don't know.
So you like an upset here?
I think I might like the upset there.
Okay. getting back on track. Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas at LSU. Any chance there? 17.5.
No.
They cover.
They cover. I mean, I don't know. LSU wins. Does Arkansas?
Surely Arkansas can.
What time's the game?
6 o'clock, I think.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's a night game.
It's a night game. LSU's going.
Could get
ugly.
ugly.
Barbecue little hog out there.
This may be the beginning of the end for Sam Pittman.
Yeah.
UCLA, they're number 22 at number 11 Utah. Both teams undefeated. The Utes 4.5 point favorite.
No clue.
I'm gonna go with the Bruins.
Whichever one starts with a U. One of them's gonna win.
I'm gonna go with the Bruins.
Yeah.
So by that rationale, pick Utah.
Back to Pittman, he said something about he'd like to drink cold beer every now and then. He may have a lot of time after this.
He and Coach O can get together and have a brew, and Brian Harsin, they can all get together and on the beach somewhere and have a cold one.
They can afford Dos Equis.
Florida State, the number 4 team in the country, undefeated at Clemson. Noles are 2.5 point favorites. Any chance here for Clemson to rise up?
There's a chance, but Florida State's playing too well right now, I think. Clemson's not, the look on Dabo's face the past couple of weeks has not been good, I don't think.
No, they haven't looked good. They hadn't looked good in a couple of years, actually.
Right.
Number 19, Colorado. I don't know if you've heard, but Deion Sanders is there now.
Oh, is that who's coaching there? His two boys are playing too, aren't they? Yeah.
They're undefeated at number 10, Oregon. Oregon is a 3-touchdown favorite. No Travis Hunter in this game.
I think they're going to cover that, but I think Oregon wins.
Think the first loss for Colorado here.
Someone's like, this is prime time is in prime time right now, how things have changed. And then, of course, our old quarterback, Mr. Nix, is out there playing.
Bo's doing well.
And Bo can thank Harsin for his lack of coaching ability because probably if he could have coached him well, Bo would probably still be here probably.
I wish Bo the best. I hope
Me too.
I pull
I'm
for
pulling
him
for him.
in this game.
Yeah, I hope he does well too.
We'll see. If Colorado can go into Eugene and win without Travis Hunter,
they're the real deal.
They may be the real deal even if they don't do that. But my goodness, they will be. They could go undefeated if they do that. Let's just say that.
I thought they were done in the game Saturday, and they came back and won it in overtime. I thought, thought they were done.
Ohio State, 3-point favorite on the road at Notre Dame. Look, Notre Dame's looked good so far. Ohio State started slow, but they've kind of picked it up a little bit.
Dickie V posted on Facebook a couple hours ago. He's up there, and he was sitting there eating lunch with Lou Holtz, and they were all having a big time, and they're thinking Notre Dame is going to win. They are.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that quarterback, the kid from Wake Forest.
Yes.
I think that could be the difference.
Yep.
Ole Miss at Alabama, the number 13 team. Alabama's 7-point favorite.
I think that's probably. I'm going to pick Alabama on that one. I think they're going.
Look, I'm going to pick Ole Miss just because I look at the two teams and I say Ole Miss is playing better.
They are playing better, but
they may find a way to screw it up, and Alabama may simply be better when they match up.
Yeah, no, Alabama's just they haven't really played well yet, and I'm just thinking.
I look at the last 2 weeks, and I look at the Alabama team, and I go, "Whoa,
well, that's totally
they got
different.
problems."
Yeah, they do, but I don't know. I just have a feeling.
You're probably right, but if nothing else, Kiffin will find a way to screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn is at Texas A&M, 11 o'clock on the ESPN network. A&M's a 7.5-point favorite. Give me one key to the game and a score, Scott.
Well, I think we've talked about it several times already. The one key is our offensive line and their defensive line. We got like Jason said, we got to go 50-50 with them at least. Win 50% of the plays, or we don't win. That's just the way I see it. But we are Auburn, and when ESPN gives us a 32% chance to win, we a lot of times go against ESPN and win.
Oh yeah.
So I feel good about that. I posted that on Facebook last night. They don't say we're going to win at all.
Score?
I kind of like the 24-17, 24-21. We're homers. I'm going to go with us.
I'm going to go with Auburn 30, Texas A&M 26. 30-26, Auburn wins this one. Key stat of the game, third down conversion.
Yep.
Third down conversion for Auburn. If you can keep the drives going, you complete over 45%, third down conversion, Auburn wins.
And we can't have 4 turnovers.
It's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He is Scott Blake. I'm Andy Graham. War Eagle, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll talk again soon.